we've taken some time out and thought about what our topic was going to be this week, and it seems to be the buzz on every radio show right now. And what we're going to talk about tonight is the huge difference. Now, we know that there was a riot going on in Charlottesville. We watched it on television. We were appalled by some of the things we saw, and we understood some others. So rather than talk about those things that separate us, let's talk about those things that we could work on to keep us united and what we can move forward with now. So going around the table and picking on my counterparts who are here with me, just looking at the differences between the Charlottesville explosion, because that was not a protest, and let's say compare it with Ferguson, which we know started off as a peaceful march and turned violent based on the response of the public. There was a stark difference between the two. Why do you think that is, Joy?
I think that the difference between each is that the Ferguson March was about trying to get results and trying to have peace and trying to be, respectful and, just trying to get this issue that happened resolved in some type of way, or to see what will happen. This Charlottesville incident was more of like, started off hateful from the jump. They already knew. I mean, if you don't know what it's all about a statue. Hate to say it, but it's about a statue that some people decided they wanted to take down, and some people decided they wanted to keep up. I don't know. I just know that it was a problem to the people that had the hate in their heart, and they wanted to keep the hate going in some type of way.
Well, you're right, because the statue itself represented racism in the South as it is. We're talking about the rebel flag. We're talking about basically the Confederate flag. We're talking about a Confederate soldier. We're talking about things that people in the South have become numb to, because
I don't think it represents the South though anymore.
But this Civil War, and the fact that this is a general that upheld slavery, fought against abolition, and it has a lot of underlying symbolism. So it's understood, but as I said, it's been there for so long now that people have become numb to it. But now I think they're becoming awake, and they realize what these streets are named for. Just like when they did the march in Selma and they had to cross the bridge. The bridge was named after the KKK leader.
I mean, but what are we supposed to do about that? Are we going to change everything?
Yeah.
And are we going to fight to keep everything? That's what I want to know. Are we going to change everything? Are we going to fight to keep everything?
Autumn, you're sitting there quietly.
You know,
we're going to bounce this ball over to her.
We will go back and forth.
As you all know,
we have.
I don't watch the news.
Right.
I don't watch it because it's culturally biased, and they give us information that they want us to have. So I don't watch the news. But so I didn't know about the riot. I just saw pictures on Facebook of some people. It was a still shot, and I'm like, are those people being run over?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were ran over. I'm like, what? Because someone's like, I'll let the picture speak for itself, and I'm like, okay, is this a picture of somebody being run over?
Right.
Because I don't watch the news. When it came to Ferguson, well, I don't really feel that we as a community really protest for real. Not really. We don't really protest.
We don't organize.
Our leaders don't really come out. I mean, it's like a day or whatever. Somebody speaking, then they go on about their business. It's not like when we shut down the bus station or when we when they walked.
For 381 days.
Right. When they walked, from Selma, it's not that kind of thing where they have that I shall not be moved mentality. Like, you're going to have to drag me up out of here. You're going to throw me in jail. You're going to have to put the water hoses and have the dogs on me. We don't have that kind of attitude anymore. So I'm not really.
Scandal coming on.
Right, exactly. So I'm not really clear on the alleged protests like in Ferguson or whatever, because they're not like real protests to me, not the way they used to be, where they have
Right.
like a real impact. The one that was, I guess it was this weekend. Was it this weekend?
It was.
I don't even know what it was about. All I know is that some people were protesting.
That's it.
They was mad.
I know. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't watch. I don't watch the news. It just I don't watch the news.
Some
So
people.
my thing is, so they were in. My understanding is they were at a school in Charlotte.
Charlottesville in Virginia.
Right. You was it UVA?
Charlottesville.
Yeah, Charlottesville. In Virginia. It was a protest. My thing is, I'm not clear on who was protesting. Was it the racists, or
Yeah.
was
Racists.
it the
They
okay?
came
It was
out
both.
with the Confederate flags.
Right.
They were doing Nazi symbols.
Right,
They were
right.
walking with torches
So
in the
they
middle of the
they were
night.
protesting on one side, but then they had the other people
The
protesting,
anti-protest.
anti-protest.
And allegedly, because no one's been caught or arrested, from my
Right.
understanding,
Of course
a protester
Right.
got in his car and ran over.
Right now, I saw
Like
that.
30
Now, I
killed.
saw that. Yeah, I saw the
killed.
photo of that.
Right.
You know, I wasn't clear. I knew. I was like, well, so these people have a permit. My thing is, I believe in the Bill of Rights and Constitution, all that kind of thing. The literal meaning of it, not interpretations. But the thing I love about America is if you got something to say, you can say what you got to say. So, I mean, y'all go ahead and say what you got to say, but my thing is, there are going to be consequences and repercussions. Because y'all can come on down here to Atlanta if you want to.
Well,
with some
Let's see
old
where-
let me tell you
foolishness.
one thing.
I'm
There
telling
she
you right
go
now,
with
with some old
boxing
The governor of
foolishness.
Virginia, or I want to say the governor, the mayor, but some guy, and I added
There you
you
go.
on it.
Uh-oh.
He said it's more of us than y'all. Now I don't know what us
In
if he was-
Virginia?
no, he said in general. That's
Whoa.
just no, not us. Meaning
More of,
us.
oh.
But he said more of us.
Yes.
That's against this.
Right.
That's against this hatred. That's against this.
He basically summed it up saying that hatred is becoming the number of people that are having this outright hatred is growing smaller.
It's so small, and not even
I
that
don't-
it's so
I don't
small.
think it's
I
so
don't think
small.
it's so small. No, don't get it twisted. I don't think it's so small, but I do know war, and I do analyze how people go to war, and it's way more of us across the world than a lot of other people. And you could bring it if you want to. I'm just saying.
There
like,
she go again.
I'm from Chicago.
That's two
I'm
of
from
them.
Chirac. They
That's
got
two of them.
guns. They
Ready to-
got
ready to-
guns that I didn't even know they had. Okay,
Okay.
they stealing guns from FBI agents.
Okay.
I'm not saying that we're gonna go out here and shoot people. We're not doing that. You see, we were in Ferguson trying to be peaceful. I mean, we are all trying
Well,
to
let's
be
reel it
peaceful.
in because
I think
basically,
we are.
no. But now again, because both of
But
you hit on a point. Even in the portions of the news that you're aware of, and there's some that are outside. But what I'm looking at is the difference between the two marches. Let's look at how the police reacted. Let's look at how the public reacted. Let's look at the fact that one was a peaceful march, and they were tear gas, water hose. They had police barricades. There were people who were pushed and shoved and told to stay in their homes at night, on their own streets, in their own backyards, couldn't go outside. However, that was in Ferguson. Now in Charlottesville, where they came out with pipes and sticks and torches and rebel flags and screaming racial slurs and doing everything they want and fighting. There was so much fighting in the street that guess what? The police were told to go home for their own safety, and they left.
Against the white people?
Against the protesters in Charlottesville.
I mean, they were all fighting against each other.
Right, but the police left the scene.
Because it's not a big city. It's
There were thousands of people.
that came in.
Yes. So the police left the scene.
Well,
Whereas
I-
had that been a gathering of 1,000 African Americans,
Oh, no, they would have stayed. And they would have brought in the
they
National
would
Guard.
have had the dogs. They
The
would
National
have
Guard.
known everything about your grandparents before they
Oh,
arrested
yeah.
you.
They would have did that. But,
But why is that? I have a simpler response.
okay, give us your response.
Well, I wanted to
because
hear
the thing-
yours.
Well, my response is that, I mean, for a fact, white lives matter. Like I said last week. That's for a fact. They're gonna make sure that they
done
people
with Jordan.
good and let them do whatever it is they want to do because
Watch
they
this.
think
Aaron,
that.
Aaron cut her mic.
No, I'm just saying they think that what they do is not bad.
Well, my answer is this. Unless Autumn wants
Let me
to
interject.
go in.
Interject
Let she go.
for us.
INTE.
Let me say this. So while there may be a smaller number of
Racist.
extremists, there is not a smaller number of certain groups in America that don't particularly care for black people. And I want you to look at Congress. I want you to look at the Fortune 500. I want you to look at your local government. And you really need to take a look at who are in positions of power to make decisions. A girlfriend of mine was looking at one of the photos, and it was of a professor who was marching. So you need to look at who's teaching your children, where they're teaching your children. It's not that there are fewer in numbers, but they are, and they have always been in positions of power. They are the decision makers. That's why police can go out and shoot and kill people and do what they want to do to us. That's why there's legislation out there that divides communities. That's why school systems are unequally funded. That's why there are changes in Parent Plus loans. That's why once upon a time the Hope Scholarship went to any child that graduated from high school in Georgia to you having to have a 3.0
Right.
because it was too many Negroes going to college.
Too many.
It was too many. They were getting that money. They didn't want that. So you have to, think about where these people are strategically placed. I don't know if anyone watches, I love Marvel Comics. And in one of the shows, I can't remember which one, and I just watched it, they were talking about the Hydra people. And the guy leaned over and he was like, "Hail Hydra." He was one guy was in the group that's supposed to be over the good guys in leadership.
Okay.
In leadership,
Okay.
this other guy was
I'm
a
sitting here.
senator.
I'm trying to think.
Right, the
Hydra.
other guy was
Hydra is a mix
right.
between-
Well, it was like that. They're
it's
like
a
Nazis.
cartoon.
They're
It's
like
a cartoon,
Nazis.
right?
No, this is in the Marvel
She
comics
said
with like
comics.
Captain America
Yeah,
and all of
okay,
them.
okay.
So, but the thing is, what he was saying in the film was, we're everywhere. You don't know who we are and where we are, and we have strategically placed people in key positions all over the place.
No.
Now, while that was fictional, that's something
It's
that's
taken
true
from- right.
and
It's
really
taken from
happening.
life.
Yeah, it's taken from life where they have these people in key positions.
Well,
I mean, if
I
you
wanna
look
tell
at
you
the
that they're a
Nazis,
member of that.
there were people in key
See,
positions
you're hitting
all
on my answer.
over the
Right.
place. So you really need to take a look at that and take it. But it's the same thing with the images on television. These people it's a lot of propaganda. That's another reason why I don't watch the news, because it's propaganda.
Right.
You have to
Subliminal
know,
advertising.
subliminal messages, advertising.
To subdue
Right?
audiences,
Exactly.
right.
So you really need to think about that.
Right.
So it's not that it's fewer. It's just that they don't need to have a lot of
They're
people
not
when you
called.
have them in key
Well,
positions.
Okay,
Right.
I'm not saying fewer. And I'm not saying like, okay, it's 10 of them and it's 12 of us. All I'm saying is, it's just as many people. I know a lot of militant people. I know a lot of people that's for some reason young, and that's
Why
like
would I
that.
think that's true?
I went to college. I got a degree. But I'm just saying, I know some people that, I'm sorry, that's just how they.
Where'd you go to school?
Clark Atlanta University.
Clark.
Come on now.
Clark.
But not even that. It's just,
Down the street.
it's down the street with all these.
No, but Clark Atlanta is historical. It's historical. I'm just saying, the AU Center was key in
Look,
The protest, yes.
I'm ready for
That's
my
They no, for real. These, and back then they went to college young. They were like 16 and 17 years old. They were at the forefront of the civil rights movement, or it's not even called the civil rights movement. That's something made up. It's called the Black movement. Yes. The Black movement. They were key. They had to get them permission slips from their parents, but they were key in the movement in Atlanta, in the Woolworths down in Atlanta, in the city of Atlanta. Yes. These college students were key, and that's a part of their culture. Morehouse, Clark and Ellis, Spelman, Morris Brown, to be at the forefront.
Right,
college students are always at the forefront of a movement.
College student, a lot of these Georgia kids, they just are at the forefront of just being country, knowing how to use guns. They showed me some things that I ain't even known before moving to Georgia. That's probably why I ain't left. I'm just tell you that right now. But I'm just saying that.
But look, let me throw my answer in before we go to our break. Now, my answer is simply this. The reason for the huge difference between the two protests is basically the police reaction, and both of you kind of hit on it. But you have to remember that the reason that the police organization or organization of policemen were made back in the 1800s was to police you and serve and protect them.
Slaves, right?
I'm sorry? Right.
Slaves, right?
To police the black population and serve and protect every other population.
Right.
So it was separation at that point. It was a deciding factor at that point that you were automatically bad and they were automatically right and good. So even though it's the Klan that was outright and bold about theirs, I mean, the Klan has been operating basically free willy since the beginning since before slavery.
Yeah.
Whereas organizations like the Black Panthers or even our own NAACPs, SCLCs, you don't see those organizations. The Black Panthers were killed. They literally for what? Creating a free lunch program, for feeding the homeless, for taking care of our own, for policing our own neighborhoods. I mean, they were stopped in the streets for lawfully carrying guns. Whereas this band of men, thousands on that protest, they had their guns out. Nobody asked for permits.
No.
So it went from a system of racism to now a system of classism.
Right.
Because as you hit upon, Autumn, now we don't know where those people are. It's not true. We can't truthfully say that we outnumber them because they are everywhere and they've been functioning silently for years, hundreds of years, because they don't need to announce their presence.
Especially Midwest America.
Right, but I would say especially everywhere, because they're in places of power and prestige, and they don't need to tell you who they are because they have the support, they have the backing, they have everything they need. That's why they know they can march down the middle of the street and call you every racial name out of except for a son of
God.
Right. I was thinking others, but they can call you everything they want, and if you say anything back to them, the policeman will come and handcuff you.
You did something wrong
because you don't know who they're affiliated with. You don't know anything about what that background is, or how many houses it goes back, or how many generations it's tied to mine, or if they hold my mortgage. So I mean, that's the reason for the big difference. Now, that's just my opinion, and we have to go to a quick music break, I'm sure, because Aaron's back there nodding hard. But when we come back, we haven't heard anything from that. So
what's up, people?
So we're gonna ask him to chime in on the same question, and at the same time, I just want everybody to give it a little thought. But at the same time, when we come back, we're gonna open up some phone lines. We're already on the YouTube channel, so watch us and give us some thought. And in the meantime, listen to In Vogue and stay woke.
Hey, honey.
Sorry, man.
I'm just sweating.
Good.
Why my ears sweat?
Yeah, my ears sweat too.
Ears sweat. That is not sanitary.
Vegetable soup from the Yeah. How's everybody's?
You okay? Did you hear her?
Get the cups. Go get stuff. Get stuff.
I'm done with
But
y'all.
we came in talking about off the rip the
Charlotte.
Charlotte thing and
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
how and the
What's the
difference between so far Ferguson and Charlotte.
Oh, the difference between the two?
The
Yeah.
two, right.
Yeah, I think the difference is very clear.
Especially in how the police and how they treated folks. But besides that, like, I'm learning.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've been trying to not.
Like it reminds me of those old Rosewood movies. Like I'm going to sleep scared, thinking somebody gonna come out and.
But see, that's
to
the
Atlanta.
idea.
Like they want to put that propaganda out there.
That's the idea. It's really not even about propagating this whole idea of white supremacy. That's already there.
Right.
We've been knowing that was it. We know that these dudes are out here thinking like this and doing this. But really what it is, it's a show to instill fear into black people in this country. That's all it's really about. Once again,
And I just said I was scared.
right, you just
I
said
just
you were
said
scared,
that.
but that's why I said that's exactly what it's
Now
about.
I got.
So if you are scared right now, then you are feeding into their agenda. This is all show. This is all show. This is all manipulation to say, fear us. Be afraid, because through fear, you have just given up your power. You can't think of solutions when you're afraid. You can't act according to your best interest when you're afraid, because now you're reacting to something that you feel like is more powerful than you. Or else if it wasn't more powerful than you, you wouldn't be afraid. And it's not more powerful than you. It's weak. It's some weak ass motherfucking punk bitch ass shit.
And what I said,
You know what I'm saying? That is some straight up.
No,
deep,
but you.
This is some.
I'm glad you
fucking
came.
shit. You know what I'm
hit the
saying?
point because I simply said the Ferguson thing had solution. It was trying to find a resolution.
Exactly.
Solution. This hatred just made everything just.
You gotta ask yourself why.
Confusing.
You gotta ask yourself what
It's
is
just like
this?
confusion is of the devil. Like seriously, and it just like they running over people, they torture. It's just what is going on?
It's like, okay, no holds. And see, and this is the thing. Like, these are people that have nothing to lose, right? These are what the kamikaze pilots in World War II. The Japanese pilots that just flew the plane into Pearl Harbor into, you know what I mean? They knew they were gonna die. They didn't have nothing to lose. These the same people who will walk into like a building with a bomb on and blow themselves up
Like the jihad.
because they have nothing to lose. But it's not really based on this idea that like they have something to really fight for or die for. It's really just to instill fear. It's like, we are crazy. We will annihilate you. You know what I'm saying? And this is our show that we don't really care. And so yeah, be afraid. Be afraid of that. Whereas with Ferguson, black people live different. Like, we understand the significance of humanity. This is just something that's built into, and I'm not saying that white people don't understand humanity. Like, don't get me wrong.
They don't.
But
They're bloodthirsty savages.
There's some humane white people out there.
Some are.
You know, and I ain't met all of them, so I don't know. But what I'm saying is, like, black people, like, we have something that is innate in us that values humanity.
I don't have any. I ain't bring no water.
I was gonna bring some too.
I was too, and I stopped.
Give us some soup.
Right.
Give us some soup for my soup.
Give us some soup.
Give us some soup. What you got on my soup, fool? What you got on my soup? But
Okay, but when we come back, I'm going to UDAP.
Yeah, I need you to say
'Cause you
everything
had
you
to-
just said on the mic. Because
Wait a
that
minute,
was
what'd
so
you just
real.
hear?
You just, I'm not scared no more. I'm not scared. I'm
Okay.
ready.
That's it.
I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to die.
I'm going to talk about the fact that it went from racism to
I'm
classism.
not ready to
It's
die.
all about green now. So it's not about us
This is a-
protesting.
What makes you say that?
Because it's no longer about us protesting in the street. I could care less if you block traffic. But
Okay,
what?
I would run over you like that.
Right.
It's like, no,
No,
don't.
but that's what they're
Don't
doing.
do
But
that.
the thing
they're
is,
doing that.
right? But
Don't
see,
do that.
I think now racism is, and this is my opinion. I want y'all to disprove me. I think racism is more or less a distraction for what's really going on. We are stuck on racism. That's in the past. Your enemy always has to be ahead of you. So since racism seems to be something that we can throw in front of you and you chase that rabbit, well, we're gonna let you keep running behind it because it's not about racism, it's about classism.
It's always been about.
Right. So I'd rather you keep spending your money with me and call me a racist. You know,
I'm not
because-
spending I'm not buying anything. I'm against everything now. I'm serious. I'm good.
I'm like, did she just come out of nowhere?
I'm just telling y'all
But-
right now. I'm not.
But
now I am going,
even those people
but
that
I'm
were
not. I got
even
my
those
food.
people that
I'm
are
not.
that
I'm
were
done.
out there protesting in Charlottesville don't realize that they're part of a
Alright, so
bigger
which one of y'all gonna be on,
illusion.
on the YouTube? Because y'all got people on the chat. But
Oh, we got people.
Oh.
What
What is
Then
I
Autumn.
sent it to you.
Autumn,
I sent
did you
it
want to
to
respond?
Okay, let me
Send
get
it to
about
you.
this.
Somebody,
Sorry, lad.
anybody.
What do you
Sorry,
need?
lad. I gotta go.
You have to respond to the people on IBNX.
Yeah, we got people on the chat and responding to you.
They're talking to us right now.
Where's the chat at? Where's it
Oh,
coming
I can
from?
put it on my computer.
Right. She has the computer right there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But you on Facebook, you on YouTube.
She said she liked
You about to be on
Facebook.
YouTube?
Remember we was at the meeting.
Y'all doing too much.
So
Y'all
what
doing
do I
too
need to
much.
The YouTube.
Tell her how to get to
Okay,
it.
so it's on my email.
It's
Do I
in check your
just
Instagram.
Do I just
list.
put? Do I just put?
Type in Conscious Party. It's Dap and Joyce on Instagram.
So are you live on our page or yours?
I'd be an expert. All the
Oh,
shit.
IBNX.
But I can move it
Let
over
me,
to
let me
ours?
go to Twitter.
What you mean? You have a YouTube page?
Yeah.
I mean, if you rip it off and put it up there, yeah.
How do you do that? Well, I mean, how do you? So I got this, and what do you do next?
Hit me. That's the Conscious Party.
Oh shoot.
Oh,
That ain't it.
I don't know.
That ain't it. Open the vault. Open the vault.
You want some porn?
Uh-huh. She's like, oh, I'm sorry. That was supposed to be
I
already
had the wrong one
closed.
on. What you call it? I forgot.
She's about that's supposed to be closed already.
Yeah, on Twitter. I forgot to change it. I put it on here.
We all need some good porn.
I know, right? And we.
You found? You see?
I'm
Okay, I got
I'm
it.
like, I got Sprint, so it's like turning.
Why you not on the Wi-Fi?
Huh?
I didn't know.
Mine is on my.
But now I'll get on.
Y'all know
Y'all
what?
can get on.
All of y'all.
Yeah.
I just
Son,
need to
get
start
them
shooting.
together, son.
I don't know the what you call it. Get on the
See?
Wi-Fi.
So you can say something.
What's the Team IBNX 2.4?
That's my sister.
See, that's your sister.
What's Team IBNX 2.4? That one?
Yeah.
What you press?
He said wrap it up. Where do I
I'm
respond?
making password down.
Where you
Put it on
have
the
to respond?
Put it up there. Okay.
That's right, y'all. You got to keep yourselves in check sometimes, and sometimes what that means is you have to open that third eye and become conscious. Welcome back to Uncle Sean at the Conscious Party. As I said before the break, we wanted to examine the idea of what the major differences were between the recent protests in Charlottesville and those that stemmed from things like Ferguson. Other than the racial divide, we want to look beyond the physical eye and figure out what's really going on in America. And to me, I have another response to this, but as I said before we went to the break, I want to hear from Brother Dap. We're going to get into Dap's mind over there and figure out what's going on.
Welcome to Dap's World.
You've been a little quiet.
Actually, I was late, so
I was trying to
if
come
y'all
in.
watching on YouTube,
Oh.
yeah.
I guess they say you.
Anything done in the darkness comes to light. Isn't that what they say? So, what's up, guys? I'm sorry I'm late, but I do have some things to say about this whole thing. I've actually, to be honest with you, been trying my best to not watch the news and look at the stuff that's coming up on social media. But it's important to me, because it's an attack on us. But one thing that I was telling Joy, because she mentioned that she was afraid, that she's feeling fear. The entire agenda, like, this is all a show, right? This is like somebody flexing, and just to intimidate so that you can be afraid. And so I'm just saying, like, it's nothing to be afraid of. We don't have to cower to these people. We really don't even have to pay them a whole lot of attention. You know, of course we want to be vigilant. I'm not saying don't be vigilant and don't be aware, but we don't have to give them a whole lot of our energy. This is a game. And the sooner that we realize that this is a game, then the better off we'll be. And we need to realize what our position in this game is. So Sean, I mean, my take on it is, man, I don't know if I can't say that.
You can say that.
Bump them.
You can
Bump
say
them
it.
dudes. No, I'm just saying, like,
get you.
it's straight up an intimidation thing. And all it is just they're trying to plant this seed of fear in all of us. And the only reason we would be afraid of something like this is if we really feel like they're more powerful than us.
Right.
And the fact of the matter is they're not. And that's why they have to go to these links in order to try to intimidate us. It's just like when that animal gets stuck in the corner. You know what I'm saying? It's that same thing. And what do? They lash out at you.
They got to rear up.
Yeah, they got to rear out.
They got to look bigger.
You know what I mean? It's like a little kid.
I was about to
that's
say,
having
because I've been in the hood, and I've been scared of there than anywhere else. I'm just saying. So,
and I'm saying they're in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Right.
You know,
that's just it.
like
They chose a
5,000
place.
people.
They chose a place where they knew
Nobody
they
was
could
gonna
do
be
this
there.
and they could get away with it.
And but we have to understand.
But they also knew the media would come out.
And that's what I was about to say.
Right.
We have to understand that this is not just them.
This
is not
major
just
propaganda.
these white men that's out here that's yelling and screaming and doing violent things. This is a media attack on our minds and our psyche too. We have to protect our psyche. Oh yeah, man.
Okay.
I don't know what you said because I wasn't here. But
since you were sitting there,
Oh yeah,
I said this
yeah.
is a smoke screen basically
Yeah.
to draw you away. If you're gonna
It
be
is.
focused on racism, then we're gonna give you racism.
Right,
But
right.
the true war is something else.
Man, it's completely that we have to protect our minds and our spirits and our energy. We have to go to great lengths to protect ourselves and our children's minds, our souls, and our energy. And that's really what the fight is.
Right.
It don't have shit to do with them, you know. I mean, it's messed up that they ran people over. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? But that is, like I said, that is a flex. You know what I'm saying? That's a flex zone. It's trying to put this in your mind that you should be afraid of us because we have nothing to lose.
Right.
But they got everything to lose.
They have everything. Right.
Everything.
See, now,
everything to lose.
Now, again, when I was a child, my mom said you can love people to death, and that has significant meaning because only people of melanated people can reproduce melanated people, regardless of who we entertain. Let's put it that
in
way.
the entire
So they
spectrum
know.
of melanated. I mean, I'm talking about from the lightest of
So
light.
they
to the
know
darkest
that their
of dark.
days are numbered. And they're looking at the fact. That's why, I mean, there's so much, and that's why I'm saying you have to look at, I want you to look at hidden colors. And I'm going to bring 1 through 4 for you. I sent 1 through 4 to my nephew so he could watch it with his kids. And they talk about some issues. Now, you don't have to agree with everything in the 4-part series. But there is some hidden knowledge there that you have to realize that, again, melanated people across the world are treated the same. You know, and it's because we outnumber, we overpower, we overshadow. People are culture vultures. They steal from us at every turn, but they despise the fact that no matter what, we endure.
Right.
We are the strongest people on this world, the most innovative. Because, come on now, how many inventions have come from just people out of need, not out of greed,
All of them.
but out of need. Right, because
All of them.
we talked about things like the cotton gin, the hair, you know, what is it with straightening your hair? I mean, things like that weren't done for political or powerful gain. They were done because I'm out here picking cotton 16 hours a day, and I need a way to pull these thistles and thorns out of it without making my hands bleed. So let's do this. And somebody else took it and decided it was going to make money. We decided, George Washington Carver created the assembly line. Ford took it and made it into something else. But that means we're just busy using this to be more productive citizens. That's a culture. Our culture is much more humanitarian. Our culture is much more loving, much more giving, more in unison with the world and what it means to go on. So I mean,
educated.
yeah. So I mean, education is a matter of perception.
I mean, they hate to say it, Sean. I remember back in the day when you used to send me stuff about the Moors people and
Before you started coming to the party.
yes, And how
Joy was hard, y'all.
I was so.
She was like, psh.
Don't break me down. But I'm just saying, I don't have time for that. But even that, how they just, you know, these people came from the cave era and cavemen. We taught them how to wash up.
Right.
Just simple things.
We're
Brush
like,
your teeth.
you know, you ain't supposed to eat beside that, right?
Or no, vegetables. Bring it, you know, besides just being, you know, just carnivores and just all type of things that we just, you know, try to enlighten people across the world on.
But we do so lovingly. We do things without wanting something back as a culture, you know. And I think that our strength is our weakness, you know, because we knew that oh, there's plenty of food, so I'm not gonna worry about giving you a plate. Yeah, there's plenty of gold, so take some over there. There's plenty, you know. Think about it. That's what we did. I mean, Africans left Africa and spread gold around the world. There were no gold deposits anywhere else. There were no diamond deposits anywhere else. Africans did that willfully. Went around the world giving away gold and jewelry,
it was nothing.
right? Because they were so plentiful. Right. But you have to think it wasn't a naivete. It was more or less of the fact that these people, as you said, were living in caves and fighting for land, and fighting for dominion, and fighting for prominence over each other. They had a normal Game of Thrones. Black people living in the part of the world where everything was beautiful and everything was plentiful.
Minding our own business.
Right. You had your 40 acres of a mule.
My brother. My brother. Some of these men go over here. My
Coconuts.
Did you taste the fruit?
Okay.
This is some good fruit.
Yes, it is my birthday.
Stop it.
But seriously, and that's why we were so willfully giving. So I don't think, and I mean, the more that I study the Moors, and the more that I study Africanism, and the more I study Egypt, and there were two Egypts, by the way. Somebody just recently told me, so I had to go research it. You know, I just can't accept anybody walking up home. You know that. But
cross reference.
Sorry, Dad. But I mean, even since we started this, my eyes have been open to so many more things. So, Aaron, if you could put up the phone number, I'd be happy to take that. But Aaron's telling us we got to go to commercial.
Oh, we gotta go to break. Man, I had something deep to say too. Why you gonna cut me off right now,
Aaron, how long we got?
You gonna cut me off right now, Charlie?
But go ahead. But look,
I was just playing.
No,
nothing to say. Nothing to say.
Well, what I was gonna say is this: we have to understand. We have to understand that there's certain concepts that we bought into, and really, I don't necessarily think that our sense of abundance is our weakness, right? We have a sense of abundance because we are in tune with nature. This is just something that we're just kind of built with. We are natural people. If you look anywhere in this world, we are the indigenous people everywhere in this world. We are the indigenous, so I can't just even say that I'm just African. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm indigenous everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere that we set foot, we built culture, we gave religion, we philosophy. I mean, just all these different things we're able to just birth out of nature because we were in tune with that. So, but our weakness is this. Our weakness is we have bought into certain ideas and philosophies that don't belong to us. So we've accepted this whole idea of lack. We've accepted this whole idea of a value system. That this gold or this diamond is worth more than this gold, and this dollar bill can represent this gold. And so we bought into this whole game, and we feel like we need it in order to survive and take care of ourselves, and we don't.
Nope.
Grow your, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got your own food,
grow your own.
What else do you? If you can make your own clothes,
do it.
Then what else do you need from these people?
Yep.
Do you really need $1? You know what I'm saying? You can build your own house. Like land, you could not buy land. It was no concept of purchasing land.
My grandfather built the house they lived in. I believe they still can do that.
I know. I was about to say we can. Like,
so that's all I'm saying.
Right.
Is we have to examine some of these concepts that we bought into, and ask ourselves, why is this important?
Yeah.
And it's a lot of young men out here that continue to build new houses.
Well, we should build on what we know. I mean, we've gone out and we've sought the middle of the road education. But now it's time to bring it back home. And I think that what we're in is the age of awareness now. We're entering the age of Aquarius, which is all knowing, all giving, humanitarian age. Love being Aquarius. But we're entering that age. So we're just at the dawn of an awakening. And with that being said, what it's going to be is there's just going to be a huge information exchange. And that's why I think that we're coming into a point now where history is no longer hidden from us, where we're starting to look back and realize that we're not African American, we're the original American. I mean, it is impossible that they brought 12 million slaves over here and not one boat that did it is still on the seashore.
Where the boats at? That's all.
Where the
right.
boats?
Where the boats at? Where the ships at?
Where the ships?
Right.
They got,
Right.
Where they at?
they can look. They're looking for Noah's Ark. I'm just looking for the Amistad. Where is that? Nobody has it. So if you can't show me a boat from 400 years ago,
Right.
you know, I don't think it was able to come across the ocean that many times
Right.
with that much cargo. And if you knew that you were going to lose 50% of your cargo every time you did this, how many times did you do it before you felt like this was a wasted trip? You know, so because you got to feed.
But
crew.
when you have no value for the people underneath the boat, then you know what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
don't care if you lose the team.
I believe it may have happened. I believe it may have happened a few times, or maybe even a few
No,
hundred
but really,
times.
you don't care
thousands.
if it has no value. Then you don't care if you lose half of it because you're still about to make some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're
don't
just
care about
trying
it.
to-
It's all profit.
It's
It's
all.
all
Well, we gotta
everything
examine
is
it.
profit.
Just like, I mean, if we're going to go there.
Let's go.
Wait,
Let's go. Take them gloves off.
before we do anything, let's go to a break. So right now, I just want everybody to know that the phone lines are open. You can give us a call at 678-688-4269 if you want to talk to us live on the radio. But don't forget to join us at Coaxum's Radio, Coaxum's Seafood Spot this Thursday for the industry party we have every month. So here you go. We'll be right back. Stay woke.
Coaxum's Radio.
You need to mention a
Coastal Radio.
live chat on YouTube.
Didn't he just play this song?
I think he did.
He played Self-Destruction already.
He plays Self-Destruction. They sound a lot alike.
It's not
This
Self-Destruction?
is Fight the
No,
Power.
this is Fight the
Oh,
Power.
Fight the Power. Oh, okay.
I don't want to play no more
Excuse
rap
my
after this
ignorance.
stuff.
All you need is food and water. He who controls the water controls everything.
What I'm saying, like,
Gotta have water.
but see, that's
That's
not
not-
that's not an
We can live
indigenous
near a lake.
that's not an indigenous concept.
Right.
Like, who's trying to control water? You know what I'm saying? I know because they have this idea that it's not enough.
Right.
You know, because they come from
Right.
this place where it wasn't enough.
Right.
They have to fight for, you know, and even like, it's so much to it, man. I feel like white
Actually,
people
everybody on the
our-
planet are black, and white people are the recessive gene of black people.
Right, and that's what I was. That's
And
what I was
as they
trying to do.
migrated away, they forgot where they came from,
And that's
and
that's
they got
what I was
lighter, and
saying.
their hair got thinner, and
But
all
see,
these kind of things.
But then
they're
again,
black.
but then I don't know. Like that's a theory that I've always believed.
Well, my thing is,
but
wasn't
I
it
don't know.
all the land was one mass, and it broke off
Well,
from Africa.
Again,
And we were all Africans.
Again.
Black is the dominant gene.
That
That's
might-
a fact.
I-
Black is the dominant gene.
Well, yeah, that is a
That's
fact. But as far as
That's
like
recessive.
that one landmass, I can't remember what it was called. Like I don't know. So it's a lot of stuff that we don't know,
Right.
And we gotta stop pretending like we do
Right.
know.
And it's a theory, but the one theory
Yeah.
that can't be disputed is that black is the dominant gene.
It's the dominant gene.
It is the
But not
dominant
only
gene.
that, but we can produce any color from
Any
the spectrum.
color. Exactly.
I mean, like we can produce lighter than white, like
Right.
actually
Right.
white,
Albino, all
and
the way down.
we can produce black.
as midnight.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but white people can't.
Right.
They cannot do that.
Right.
So, are they really a part of us?
Right.
Did they really come from us? Because if they
Right.
did come from us, then they would still have the genes necessary to
But they
produce
do,
that spectrum.
because every now and again, a white person will have a black child.
So, what?
It's not often though. It's
Right,
not often.
and that's what
Very
I'm like.
rare.
We have to ask. Like, so certain people, like I know in South America, there are some white people, blonde hair, blue eyes, you know, but
Yeah,
they come
but
from
they're
black
black.
people. But see,
I
they
have cousins
will
like that.
produce children of multi-colors. Right?
Right.
They can produce a brown child.
Right, we can
even
produce
though
any
they're-
race.
But
Right.
most white people cannot do that.
Right.
And so you have to ask yourself, well,
What did they come? What genes do they have?
Right.
What they?
They're Neanderthals.
Who are these people?
No, they are. No.
I think
It's been
for black
scientifically
people,
proven.
But it's been
Black
so
people
long
are-
and they're so far.
Black people are
removed.
considered
us.
humanoids.
Right.
And white people are considered Neanderthal. White people and Asian people have Neanderthal genes. Neanderthal were a cave people. Literally, they were a cave people. Whereas melanated people came from a totally different region in the world, and we're called humanoids.
Y'all got anything y'all won't play during the stream? Like y'all, do y'all have anything on y'all YouTube page or something like that?
On Autumn's page, because I haven't
Oh,
written it
yeah,
yet.
on your page?
I mean, like what? Like just
Oh, and I didn't bring
random
up.
stuff.
Yeah, I mean, any kind of video, like right now I'm just playing a music video, because we can't play the songs.
Right.
Right.
Take it down.
Right.
If you got something, right, put it on live.
I might.
Like if it's on your YouTube page, like,
Nah, I don't got nothing that like.
The stuff I got is from my magazine. So.
But I might. There might be
see,
some
like right
videos.
now, yeah, his videos is playing, he's R&B song,
Right.
and he just left it,
Yeah, that's all good.
So y'all have something.
We'll know next time.
Yeah. I'll have some stuff on my page next time. So it doesn't have to be like our content. It can just be something that we say to.
It can be anything. It can be anything related to our conversation. Like,
Right.
I might have something.
So now we can sell commercials because they're gonna go on YouTube.
yeah. And like they play like this What the Health trailer the other day, whatever. Like they were talking about What the Health and stuff.
Oh, who bit off us?
I'm bringing it to you.
Is that that hard?
I couldn't
You didn't go to the bathroom?
Yeah, I did.
Oh.
Did you pull up the? Wait, no.
She like- I thought you were saying that you couldn't get in there. You just decided
No,
to come back.
he showed me how to get it there.
Yeah. You got my number?
Right here. You sent it right here. So I clicked on this.
I have a lot of.
But then what? Because it comes up like that. But how do I
I'm out there. It's like, make sure you show me out. I got you.
So are they?
But I don't log in.
Whoever Sharice or whatever her name is, she
My
followed me
sister.
on the.
That's my little sister.
Is it? Because she showed up on my Instagram. I think that's the same
That's
one.
my little sister. It is. That's my little sister.
I was like, okay, I know somebody.
That's my little
But
sister. She went to.
I said 4269, didn't I?
5236.
You need to get the YouTube link.
Me?
Can you write that YouTube
Sign
link?
in.
Oh, I can't. I don't know write it down.
I'm gonna say go to YouTube, type in Conscious Party, figure it out.
No, that didn't come up. I had to click on the link.
You went to our empty page, didn't you?
No, I went to my Facebook page.
Oh, because your name, because
when
you.
they search
Cause you know, I
IBNX
just
Radio
post
Network,
this
it'll
stuff.
pop up. But
Oh, IBNX Radio Network. Okay. She tired of all this drama. She tired of all
Y'all
this
enjoying
drama.
the show so far? All this bull crap happening. Why can't we just all get along?
Can't we all get along?
Why?
Where is Rodney King? Oh, I
America
know.
is
Sorry.
big.
Rest in peace,
I
Rodney.
don't understand.
Rest
I don't
in peace,
understand.
Rodney.
Running people over, acting crazy. I don't
Social
get
media
it.
queen.
I ain't no Rodney King there. Hey, what's up, Dawn Patrol? I'ma shout y'all out
Didn't he
on the
drown?
radio.
No.
Amy, April, Janelle, Tina, Kitty Kat, Winnie the Pooh, Susan,
We all just do the
Vanessa,
backstroke.
Jess, Nicole. What's up, Cole?
Really?
All my people are home.
On what?
That's my little
Facebook
sister,
or?
Cherise. Hey,
Instagram,
Cherise.
everything. YouTube. Okay, I'm on
Oh,
YouTube.
are we back?
Okay, we're
No, we're
back.
not.
Hey, Aaron.
We're not back. We're not back.
He over there cleaning his feet.
Cleaning his feet.
He look. He don't see us.
I don't even want to see it.
We're listening to music still. I'm about
I
to
gotta
get
pee.
You gotta go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
It's right next door. You gotta, it's kind of far. You gotta go.
You need to get your logo.
Damn, I should have saved his number.
One more. I don't know what. What you got?
What's happening?
Oh, I didn't send it.
Is this going on?
Is that what it is?
Do you want to dance?
You want to play the Marvin Gaye next, right?
Right. But
I'm
I'm gonna introduce the segments.
Okay. So you want to play the segment intros first, or you want to just? introduce the segment. And then
I'm gonna introduce the segment, and we're gonna go like we normally do.
What's bad?
He said it like they moved it. Where's the bathroom? Wasn't it right here last week? It was right here. I saw it. I pissed on something. That's the way. That was the look on his face. I know it was right here.
So I contacted the Marietta Theater to see if I could do my play over there.
No,
I can't have you doing all that.
You moved that quick.
Y'all like my makeup?
Right.
I got on my full
Distraction.
face of makeup. Ooh. Why you ain't tell me I needed some lip gloss on?
Girl.
Y'all need to look out for me. Don't have me out here looking crazy. I put
You know what?
lip
your
gloss
part.
on.
I don't know why you worried about them not
Not
seeing
saying.
this up there when I'm on YouTube doing the
There
same
we go.
thing. You hear me?
See, doesn't that look better?
Look at Aaron.
Don't have me looking crazy.
He's
Oh,
on
wait,
YouTube.
great, y'all.
Oh, that's what he's
Let them know Aaron is the youngest producer of a radio show
in the world. In the world, Craig. In the world.
He's only 23. And he runs the entire station by himself.
Okay, so that baby right there in the purple shirt, he only 23 years old. Young producer.
Runs the
Hold
entire
on.
station.
Runs
All
the entire
15
station,
channels.
all 15 channels on IBNX radio.
Go on YouTube. What is Goon
No,
YouTube?
YouTube is kind of tight. He showed me how to
Look,
use it.
he said
And
Goon.
you just,
So-
you can
What does
post it.
Goon-
I don't know the YouTube
That said
I'm
Goon.
gonna share it to you.
YouTube
I'm gonna share it to you. I'm gonna
thing. It's on my page though. I don't know the address to the YouTube. Yeah, I gotta put a little bit
I'm
gloss on.
gonna add you on it, Autumn, so you can see.
Now, don't judge me for
Now,
putting on my
I just asked you
chapstick,
something.
my lipstick and my lip
Repost
gloss
it.
on while I'm on here, but don't y'all not supposed to be my people and you gotta make sure that I look cute. Don't be having me with no lip gloss on. Come on now. Help me. Thank you, Cherise. I did my makeup. I got on eyeshadow,
I'm done.
a little bit of foundation, some lip gloss, you know.
I know you ain't flossing in the
I'm talking to my people.
flossing in the camera.
Lost that.
She lost 12 viewers.
Lost
Hey,
Alright, we'll be back.
Jeffrey.
I'll show some taco meat. I'll bring her back.
Oh, Lord, not the top of me. No.
For my fans.
No, number get out. No.
Y'all like it. Y'all like it.
Okay, this is actually the commercial break part. If you watch it on YouTube, you
We
don't
will
get
not-
to see
hopefully
all
not
these
see any of
outtakes.
this.
You don't get to see all these
Not the
outtakes. This is the lie. Did you catch his
that
taco
was get
meat?
out.
That was
No.
My taco meat is in a sunken place.
All right, everybody. I just want to thank you for taking that break, enjoying some wonderful music from the past that brings us right up to the present. Just going around the table, we're going to hit very quickly on these topics. But what I want you to do, everybody, as we go around the table, is simply give everybody your social media so that they can follow you on your Twitter meet accounts.
Social media.
And also, I want everybody to go on YouTube right now and just type in IBNX Radio, and you will get a chance to watch the show as it happens. And we're about to go into our individual segments, so this is something you really want to see anyway. But if you want to see us in person and not just on our social media, be sure to come out this Thursday to Coaxum's Seafood Spot, 6331 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, 30360 is the zip code if you need to MapQuest it. And you'll get a chance to network with all of us at our monthly industry party for the A&E industry. So if you sing, if you think you can sing, if you do anything, that's going to entertain us on stage, there is live entertainment. There are $5 drinks and $5 toppers. So come on out and meet a new friend, put your business card in somebody else's hand, and make the most out of recycling that dollar in our neighborhoods. So we're giving you that opportunity this Thursday. Admission is still free, so come on out. we're gonna go around the table now because I got too many cameras in my face.
Start with your Insta media.
Oh, my Insta media.
Your face gram.
And my Facegram is it's just my name, girl. I try not to make it too hard. Because if you follow me on all the other ones, it's King Negus, it's King Robinson 9 on Instagram. But just go to Twitter, Sean C. Robinson, SeancRobinson, Sean C. Robinson on Twitter. I hope to follow you back. How about that? Autumn?
On Facebook and Instagram, it's Miss Autumn Monroe. That's MissAutumnMonroe. And on Twitter, it's Autumn Monroe, AutumnMonroe. And also follow me on my YouTube page. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's Miss Autumn Monroe.
Oh,
follow you.
thank you. It's Miss Autumn Monroe.
MissAutumnMonroe. What is it? NR.
Stop.
It's the
Stop
third.
it. Let her have
It's the
it.
third.
Whatever. Go ahead, Dap.
Yeah, Daps World on Instagram and on Facebook.
I hate that that's all he does. Because he's done. That's world.
That's it, so that's all it takes. Daps World on Instagram and Dap Paxton on Facebook. That's PAXTON.
Okay, and I'm at Joy Leah on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. At Joy Leah.
You gotta teach me.
How you spell joy?
JOILEAH.
Leah.
LEAH.
See? I would have been following the wrong
I know.
girl.
I
I'm
ain't
like,
like Autumn. If I start spelling it, I'm gonna spell it the
J-O-I.
right way.
I should get joy out of J-O-I. Well, all right, y'all. Now, just to get a little bit more into everybody's individual personalities around this table, we're about to go right into what's going on with Joy.
All right. All right. My list today, America, we are in the clear. Usher is clear with no STD. He is herpes free. So let's say now, let's clear it up, and I'm back in love with USHRIYN.
STD.
He is not Mr. STD no more. He is Mr. Usher Raymond. His status is clear, and basically he let y'all know his status. And that's what it was really all about. And last week, how I let it be known, know his status. Actually, Miss Autumn said that. Know his status, and I believe that. And Usher let us know. So big girl out there who said she had the herpes. No, I'm not happy. Usher happy.
Usher happy.
Big girl out there who said Usher gave her the herpes. I don't know how that lawsuit gonna go.
She just wanted everybody to know she.
But congratulations, you played yourself. All right. Sean, how you feel about that? Because you know, since you was ST, you tried to talk about Usher. How you feel about that?
I was ST what?
Like,
You better put a UPID on that. Hold on now.
But Sean, you know, how you feel about, Usher knowing his status and the streets are free?
I would love to sit here and talk to Usher about it. If you want to come from your house around the corner and sit here with the Conscious Party, we will have you on air and discuss your business. But other than that, I really don't care. I wasn't going to end up getting anything from Usher.
You know what? I'm going to go on.
So I was in the clear to begin with.
I'm done with Mr. Sean. So,
moving on.
Moving on.
Reclaim your time.
You know, I've reclaimed it. Thank you. So, a lot has been going on in social media this week, which is great because I have been busy, so I thank God for that. So, the number one thing that continues to go on for me in social media, which I have to talk about.
Oh.
No, I'm so sorry to go there, only because I just opened up my Instagram and saw this. Being naked on Instagram. The devil is a liar. So, I'm just trying to understand this. I'm trying to relate. I'm a young black female, social media, the whole, what are we going to do about this? Do you have something to
I just
say?
have a question.
What's the question?
Can I start following some of your friends?
Listen, we are not talking about my friends.
Well, how
We're
do you
not.
see these people?
Listen,
Don't try to change the subject.
I am on the subject since, like I said,
None of
nothing's
my
going
friends
on.
are naked.
So do you mean completely naked or like the bathing suits
Right.
and
No,
that kind of
I'm
stuff?
not talking about the bathing
Oh,
suit.
like
I've
naked.
seen bucket.
I'm
bucket naked.
talking about
Bucket naked. So and you're talking about women.
Yeah,
going
listen,
down.
not me. Listen. If it was more men like that, trust me.
You wouldn't be talking about
Let
it.
it say, Lord, everybody out for themselves and Jesus come back soon. But other than that, since
Right.
it's mostly
Okay.
women, and I have a problem with it.
Well, my thing is,
I'm not feeling so
it's
bad.
about self-image, and for some reason, these young people feel that if you show everything that somebody's gonna want you, it's about
Right.
it's about self-esteem,
I mean,
and it's
are
about
you
images.
conscious?
But my thing is no. But you know what? I want you to really take a look at the commercials that they have. Commercials are very over sexualized. The women in these commercials have on barely anything.
I'm
And
not
then,
talking-
no. But listen to what I'm saying.
But
Though.
these are the
These are right. These are the examples that these young girls are seeing. These are the images. If you look at magazines, these are the images that they're seeing. So in their mind, they're thinking less is more, and I'll be able to catch me somebody if I show them all of my assets at one time. There's a miscommunication, and we are not feeding these images into these young girls' mind, and it's not just little black girls. It's just little girls. Period. They all confused.
Right now,
I don't know about that
wait a
all the
minute.
way. Not 100%.
No.
I don't think I agree 100%.
Oh, well,
You're not supposed to. What
you're
you
not
got?
supposed to because
What you
you're a
got?
man.
What you
No,
got?
no. Let's not do that.
What?
Let's not put me in a box because I'm a man. You
Well,
know what I'm saying? With you,
like I said,
you
I
just
just
said it.
know
You
what.
just put it out there. If they were dudes, you wouldn't have
No.
a problem with
Right.
it.
No,
Should be
listen.
cool.
Okay, no, I have no problem with these people out here.
Hey, play it back. Play it
Listen,
back.
you can play it back. And they naked. But are you willing to marry this naked woman?
Well, no, that's not the point. So
No,
here's
no,
the thing.
oh!
That's not the point.
That's all
no,
I wanted to say. That
this
is the point.
What? No,
America.
that's not the point. I mean, marriage is not the only. That's not the end game for everybody.
But are you
And some
trying
people-
to take her home? Are you like
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not me.
Well,
I'm
not-
married.
not-
but if I was
not
single,
home.
then, you know,
not that home?
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about. Are you trying to really?
She won't meet the family.
No, well, here's the thing.
Thank you.
Here's the thing about
Will she
it,
meet
right?
the family?
Like Autumn made a point, that these are women who are being fed something, which I agree. That we are living in an over sexualized, society. That's what
Right.
we are right now. That's a real thing. However, some of these women are not victims. And this is my problem with this whole.
I ain't said it.
I know, but I'm talking about what was said, and she's not in the room. Some of these women are not victims of what media is feeding into them. Some women are using their bodies as an empowerment thing. So some women feel like they get some type of strength out of showing their bodies. Like they're empowered
No.
because of being naked.
You're
And
100% right when it comes to that.
sometimes it's very tastefully done. It's art. Like I
But
think
with
the
art,
human body is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what she's talking about.
you see, I'm not.
that
you see,
kind of.
I'm not
image.
talking about artsy. I'm not.
Yeah.
Even with art,
You
She's
talking
talking
about,
about
cover
that.
up.
Yo,
No,
She's
even with
talking about
art. No, even with art.
I think it's left
Cover
to
up.
interpretation.
I think so too. I don't think that we can throw all these women in.
Not
a
everybody's in
box
the same
and
boat.
say
I agree.
I didn't
that
say.
However-
they're just trying to get somebody. That's why they being.
Okay, no.
I-
There's nothing
I-
wrong
I
with
got-
being naked, and I'm not
I agree.
saying that.
So be naked.
Be naked at home
No, not
and
you.
not on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's all I'm
Come
saying.
on, taco meat.
Listen, we all different taco meatish generations, and all I'm saying
over
is
here.
be naked all you want
Just
in
do
the
it.
company of your own bathroom at home with your phone on the charger.
Some people can't express themselves.
On the in gram at the. I feel
Well,
like when it
quick
goes to
message.
the gram, you're not expressing yourself anymore. You're letting the world know how you feel about yourself at that moment.
What's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong with that. But it's
He
not
gonna play
expressing
antagonist.
yourself.
You know that,
I'm
right?
just saying.
It's not expressing
look,
yourself.
Just to
It's-
those,
that's
just
a
to
moment.
those
Wait,
young
though,
ladies.
if you had a daughter, it's
Right.
okay.
I mean, hell no. It's
Exactly.
converse.
Well, like I said,
Exactly.
like I
In the
said,
conversation.
They're different values. Oh, sorry, we get too excited.
See, we got a little
Right.
excited. It's
We get
joy.
too hood.
It's joy.
But I'm saying there are different values that are taught in my house.
Exactly.
And so, but what I'm saying is this: I don't have a problem with my daughter. I have a
twerking on the
daughter.
ground.
But
No,
if
no,
I had a daughter, like if she was modeling, like doing the live modeling,
Now we're
thing,
talking about
somebody was
bucket
paying-
naked
On the
gram.
gram. Let's stay on the gram.
Okay, look.
Naked.
Bucket naked.
No, I am. I'm
let's-
staying on the day.
Let's pull this in because I just to summarize this real quick. Look, if you happen to be naked on the gram, just if you happen to be naked on the gram, before you take your picture down, realize that most men enjoy a chase, not an easy conquest. If you are running around and you happen to be catching a lot of men because of those pictures on the ground,
You ain't catching the
they
right
may
ones.
not be men at all. A man enjoys a chase. I got to prove.
I don't know.
Listen,
What else is
I'm
on
not-
your list?
I'm done. I'm really done with my list. Because y'all went too long. Am I 8 minutes up? I got a minute or two.
About
'cause I
7
got-
minutes ago.
Well, I'm just saying, I wasn't trying
You
to
done cut into Dap's
be
time.
mean, and I'm
That's
not,
okay.
and
That's
I was
quite all
not
right. That's-
trying to be, presumptuous or anything. I was just,
You just lost about 70 followers.
I don't care about none of y'all followers. Put your clothes on.
Put your clothes on.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now, you follow me. If you follow me, I'm just saying. If you follow me. But I'm not saying it like that. It's nothing wrong with being cute. It's nothing wrong with showing it. It's nothing wrong with letting the world know God gave me something that nobody else
Wait a
gave
minute.
me. But like I said, in your mirror,
Wait a
in your
minute.
house, not for the gram.
Can we open the vault before we leave tonight?
That's in the vault.
Oh,
It's
oh,
not the
oh.
gram. There's a vault. Everybody, there's
Y'all-
so many
y'all know what
apps.
the vault is?
Okay, I'm gonna let y'all know what the vault is because I taught Sean about the vault 5 years ago.
Oof.
There's so many applications
I've been
out there in
trying to get-
America that you can download where you can put like 6 or 7 security locks on your phone just to get into the app that has secure pictures. That the gram, the
That
national,
she needs to share with
iCloud,
she needs to share with the gram.
it didn't know. You don't. You keep. I'm gonna hurt you. You say the gram again that I'm sharing. You're gonna have a problem.
I'm walking over
saying
here.
that a long time ago I showed him there's apps out there where you can lock and load your personal things when it comes to if it's a personal thing going on. It's not for the gram. That's all I'm saying. It's for the locked app with 6 or 7 locations in the phone with 6 or 7 locks to get
It
to.
is hard to get into.
It's very hard to get into. I'm just saying, like, you should
Watch
not.
this. Give me your phone.
No, but you should not be able to get to that secure and with just, I don't see that.
I won. I'll show my taco meat.
Would you stop?
That's all I need.
If you say taco
If
meat
you say-
again
That is all I need.
Okay.
on the beach,
That's all I need to show.
on
We
the
going.
I'm gonna let y'all
That
show.
little
You know
stuff
what?
right-
Ain't nothing wrong. You know what? America. I'm done. We going into Dap's world. Show what you want to show.
We going into
America,
Dap's.
do what you want to do.
Dap's world.
Cause these men out
No
here don't
taco
care.
meat, please.
They don't care. They just want taco meat.
And then a break. Okay.
Hey, this is Dap's World. Actually, today, folks, I have to admit, so I'm an honest brother. That's first and foremost. So I did not prepare for my segment today. So I know that sounds real unprofessional. You know what I mean? But I gotta keep it real. No, I gotta keep it real.
I ain't got
You know what I'm saying? Like, I did not prepare my segment. I've been dealing with a lot of family stuff. And actually, we can talk about this.
Okay.
So, my grandmother's in the hospital. I think I mentioned that on the air a little while ago. And she's not doing too well. I thought she was doing better, but she's not. And so, just to be 100, we're preparing for her transition. And it's a hard thing to have to deal with. My grandmother actually taught me how to use my intuition. She's like the backbone of the family. And so we're going through some stuff right now, but I don't want to bore y'all with my troubles, But she told me something the last time I was in Memphis, and I was walking out the door, and she looked at me right in my eyes, and she said, "Keep being who you are." That's blew my mind, because one, I feel like I'm still trying to figure out who I am. In a lot of ways, I'm still exploring myself. I don't have this thing figured out, but I'm working, man. But she looked at me and told me, she said, "Keep being who you are," and I just want to pass that on to anybody that's listening right now who's like maybe in a weird space, maybe in a troubled space. Don't know what decisions to make, maybe even on the edge. We have to start accepting ourselves for who we are. And some of that stuff is not pretty. It's not flowery. It don't look good. It don't make us feel good. It don't make the people around us feel good. But some of it is beautiful. All of it is beautiful. And we have to embrace all of ourselves. And that's the only way that we're going to find our greatness, really tap into our genius. And we all have genius. So don't get it twisted. You might be in school and making F's, or you might be on your job and your folks looking at you sideways because you're not performing like you know you can be, or whatever it is. Maybe your credit's not that great, or your bank account is low, but you got genius in you. And I just wanna put that out there. Whoever's listening, embrace yourself. Keep being who you are. Keep digging into that beautiful, wonderful, well-rounded, lovable, asshole genius that you are, and embrace all of that. Embrace taco your meat. Taco meat. Taco meat. Even if it's on your kneecap. You know what I mean? Even if it's on your toes.
Embrace your taco meat.
But really, and when I say that, it's really coming from a place of love. Love yourself. Everything that we look for in other people is really something that we want from our own selves. So if you're looking at somebody and you like, they not doing this for me, I can't never get them to say this about me or feel this way, it's because you want to really feel that about your own self, inside yourself. So
bless you.
Excuse me, that was part of my beautiful self coming out of my nostrils. Right there.
You come on out. Come on out with your nostrils.
Excuse me. But it's like I said, it's all love, y'all. I bid you all a wonderful, wonderful evening. Blessings, peace, and blessings to everybody listening and those who aren't. Pass that love on. Peace.
It's funny that because my grandmother wanted to come to the show today. She's 94.
Is she?
She was like, "You not taking me to the radio?" I'm like, "No, man, you can't come to the radio."
She probably foxy too.
I want her to come.
I love older women.
I was
Oh
saying,
my God.
I haven't even told my grandma.
Oh my God,
about
she
it,
wanted to
we
come.
should do a granny show.
Right, she wanted to come.
Grandparents' Day is coming
Yeah,
up.
she
I
would
don't
get
like
a
to
shit
bring
at
it to
it.
your grandma on Facebook.
Bring it.
Right.
She would like my taco meat.
She was.
She old school.
She was. She
I-
like, that's
Yeah, she's like, it's curled up just the way I like it.
That's nice, baby.
That's how I get them.
Right.
I get them old women. My wife know.
Oh, my grandmother tell you real quick, I'm not dead. Like, ooh, now.
I'm saying, don't bring your grandmama around
No,
me. That's
no,
all I'm
no.
saying.
Damn. All right, Grandpa.
Granny boo, granny boo.
I'm done.
I'm just kidding.
I'm done. Aaron,
My segment was supposed to be over a long
Aaron,
time.
Aaron, on that note, we just gonna take a break. I ain't gonna lead into it. Or nothing. I'm just leaving. I gotta go. Bye.
Stay woke.
I'm just stop.
Don't bring your grandmama around
Stay
me.
woke.
Never know
Janelle. Hey, girl. Oh, forgot to send you the link. But I'm going to shout all of y'all out. Hey. Hey, Donna. Hey, Kathy. Hey, cousin. My family is really supporting. I should have posted the link in our family room on Facebook. Hey, Brenda. How are you? I'm so glad y'all watching. You know, you can live chat because y'all know I don't really know how to use Facebook like that. So you can live chat with us on YouTube if you want to, because I don't know how to use. Oh wait, Janelle. Let me see. You know, I gotta put my eyes on so I can read what you said. No, that's not notebook paper. That's a paper towel he wiped his nose with, Janelle. You so stupid. Right? I can't with you, girl. I can't with you.
What did she say?
Leave him alone. Leave that man alone. He said, use his hand.
Right, I'm sneezing.
Right. You see, he got his suit. He don't feel well, girl. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do feel, I mean, I'm not sick.
He ain't sick.
No.
Well, that's up for interpretation.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Nah, he just had a sneeze. All right, so I asked him. You got that, Janelle?
I do.
Janelle, you see anybody else from the Dawn Patrol?
I'm too conscious. I'm not
Watching.
too bad. Am I too bad? I'm too bad. You're gonna kill me.
I know, right? Not ever.
Right now.
So I think taco meat is the little curly, fuzzy hair on his
Somebody
chest.
asking what taco
Yes.
Let me show you.
It's Lord, he about to show y'all what the taco meat is.
Show you what taco meat is. Hold on. You gotta move out the way.
Oh.
They gotta get a close up.
We went from G to R.
Taco meat.
We went from G to
Taco
R.
meat.
Look at him.
You see all this right here? All of that right there, that's taco meat. That's it, hold on.
Look at him. Look at him.
That's taco. You got it now? You understand? You understand what taco meat is? Okay. I need you to educate yourself, open your mind, expand your horizons.
I can't stand
It's taco meat, baby. It's from my great granddaddy.
Now see,
Gary,
everybody
Indiana.
see, my sister said, "Oh Lord, see, this why you got to look at us on the live because you all get, look at all the laughing, look at all the laughing faces." Okay, so look, this why you got to watch it on Facebook because you get to see everything that's happening on the commercial break. But if you want to talk to us, you got to go to YouTube. But yeah,
And
so
we're back.
oh, we back. Ooh, it's about to be my turn.
That's crazy. 2300 Texas Street. You know that? I know you do.
All right,
You
everybody.
too, yeah.
We're going to creep back into Uncle Sean and the Uncle Party. The conscious
In the
party.
uncle party.
Hey, the Uncle Party.
Uncle party.
This is what happens at the tent. The Uncle Party.
The Uncle Party. Hey, Uncle
Everybody.
Sean.
Hey, what's up, bro? Tell me what's going on that side of the table. All right, everybody. This is Uncle Sean in the Conscious Party. I want to welcome you back. I want to remind you once again that you can join us on social media. You can join us on YouTube right now. Watch the show live just by going to IBNX Radio, and you will be able to watch us live as we perform some crazy antics on screen. You can even type in what you want to say to us, and Miss Autumn Monroe will respond. So please join us on YouTube, join us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever you have. Reach out and become conscious. Also, if you want to meet us in person, make sure you come to Coaxum Seafood Spot. We'll be there Thursday night, starting as early as 7 p.m. There will be vendors set up to help anybody who's out in the arts and entertainment industry. There are businesses that are just setting up as well to sell their goods and services. It's a great place to network. So we're there once a month on third Thursday. And the rundown, because we're going to continue IBNX's party. We're kicking it off, whether we've been told we were or not. The Conscious Party is kicking off the rundown. And what the rundown is IBNX radio station actually has 15 stations, and each one of those stations has a host of shows. So it's nothing that you can't do with IBNX. So the best thing to do is to come out and be part of the rundown, where every show will come out and represent themselves all day on Saturday. So you'll have hosts from every show on IBNX radio, and we're just going to have a good time. It's going to be a good time had by all. all nationalities, all music genres, all talk shows. You just need to be here. You need to tune in. You need to get here. You know, like, who was that used to sing that song? Olita Adams. You need to get here if you can. Okay. So in the meantime, we're gonna finish up with our last segment for the evening. You know, you always say you best relax. Don't tell Daphne what I said.
He's standing right here.
It's just between us. But I think leaves are about to fall. What's going on with that? I saw that.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, so you know that we have been talking about the Charlottesville, Virginia incident. That has been the focus today. And as an artist, you know, you always want to be aware of your brand and mindful of the things that you say on your social media. But shouldn't your morals and your values be a part of what you're saying on social media? So, you know, I went to, you know, on Twitter, some of the different artist sites, those artists who are supposed to be conscious people on Twitter. What happened?
Did you make up a word?
No. That is supposed to be conscious on Twitter. And, you know, I'm not really seeing any kind of comments on social media. Well, Chuck D had something to say. But like a lot of the other people, it's quiet. Black Twitter had some things to say. But so for me, you know, I try to talk about my brand, my values and my morals are a part of my brand. And so like anybody that knows me, I live in Atlanta. You know, I travel between Atlanta and New York. I live in Atlanta. And if you know me, you know that I'm down for Caesar Mitchell to be mayor. I'm not a nonprofit, so I can say what I want to say about a political person. And Caesar is fam. That's the homeboy. You know, he's a good dude. And he's going to be a wonderful mayor for, you know, Atlanta. So I post, you know, about him. I share stuff about him because he is, you know, who I'm put it out there. I'm going to vote for him. He's a great man. And he's going to do great things for Atlanta. You know, I have an issue with the things that are happening in Charlottesville. And when you have a platform, you're supposed to use that platform to enlighten people. It's your responsibility to be a voice for the voiceless. And there's some artists out here who have like millions of followers. I'm not at that level yet. But for the people who know me, they know if I have something to say, I'm going to say it. They know that on social media, I'm God, I'm omnipotent, and I can say what I want to say. On my social media, I can say what I want to say. And there are things that are important. And I make my own opportunities, and I build my own houses with the door and the windows, and I get in there. You know how I'm going to get in there. I'm not waiting for a door or an opportunity. I make my own. You know, so if somebody's offended by what I have to say, I'm sorry, but I have to speak my truth. And I don't understand why, you know, these individuals who have a large platform and a large audience aren't using their platform. And it looks like my friend Sean has something he wants to say because he about to pop.
I'm about to pop. And it's the same, it's the same conversation we already had. Basically, these names that have gotten so large, and you think that they will come out and speak out against such things, and you're right, they're hiding their hand at this point. It's because they are in bed with the same people. And when I say in bed, I mean you think about where's their money coming from? They've signed their names away to these major companies. They've signed their names, their rights away to speak freely.
Right.
You know, think about the backlash Beyonce got just for doing the halftime Super Bowl show when they realized she was speaking out against white on black, police on black crime, blue on black. That's what I was trying to say.
Which Super Bowl was this?
The last one.
Yeah, it was.
I'm sorry you weren't conscious.
With
at that
Bruno
time.
Mars?
Yes.
Oh,
You just watched
she had
the
the
dancing.
afros and stuff.
Formation.
Oh no, I didn't know it was a problem because I thought it was wonderful.
Yeah, it's a big
She
deal.
was-
Because she
Conscious.
sure.
I
No,
was trying to wake her
if
up.
she wasn't
Yeah, but-
conscious,
but-
she wouldn't have did it.
No, I'm saying you.
No,
Yeah,
she
but the
did
thing
it.
with
So-
Beyonce, she got a loyal following.
Right.
And,
And we
how-
will be behind her
but that's
regardless.
just it. That's
Even
just
though
it.
when she said
But
she got
everybody
hot
else-
sauce in her bag,
Right.
it was all like,
No.
we got hot sauce in our bag too. It's
You're getting off
When
on a
she
tangent.
should
What I'm
say
saying is
something.
this: is
She
these
should say something.
these other celebrities, so to speak, that have not come forward and said anything during this time of racial divide. It's because all their money comes from these major companies that are saying nothing either. So if I come out, I risk losing my endorsement with Nike, my endorsement with MasterCard, my endorsement with.
But that's just like if we on the radio, just like when he said the Coca-Cola thing.
He didn't say that on the radio. We cut it.
You wrong for that. All I'm saying is, if you're gonna have freedom of speech,
We made it their commercial later.
I'm saying, if you're gonna have freedom
that-
of speech,
Exactly.
you should have freedom of speech.
Perfect example.
Just because I have a problem with this has nothing to do with the way Coke tastes because it's delicious. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so
It's delicious. Did we
So,
get our
having-
endorsement back?
right, having the other actor in the room, I would like to ask, Dak, how do you feel about being an artist and the injustices that are going on? Do you feel that you should
your
use your should you protect your
No.
Is it protecting your brand when
No.
you don't speak out about the things that are happening?
Well, I think we have to one look at things from a holistic perspective. All right, like I was telling you guys earlier, I've not been following this because I just think it's some bullshit straight up. I think that the media is manipulating us and trying to get outraged so that we can jump into this thing and start fighting and do some crazy shit. That's what they expect us to do. So I mean, there's some artists that take that standpoint and they're just not going to get involved. And I mean, that's the way that's the way the people are. It's only 10% of black people that was involved in the civil rights movement.
So they should be.
Well,
yeah.
no, but then, so I'm just saying we have to look at it holistically. It's not always about a brand thing. Now, those that are, allowing a brand to silence them, then that's a major issue. But it's a major issue that they have to deal with on their own
personal
terms, their personal terms. Like if your values are such that you would allow a brand to keep you from speaking up against something that you know is wrong. I mean, because these same people, if their brand was supporting like breast cancer awareness or child abuse or something like that, then they'll be all up front
Right.
talking about, stop beating your kids.
Yeah.
But because their brand's not standing behind this, then they're silent. Then that's a whole nother issue. Now, here's my thing. We rely way too much on celebrity thought anyway.
Before we react.
We don't need them to speak out for us. I mean, and when I'm saying us, I'm talking about just regular everyday people who are, and I'm not saying they're not going through these injustices too. There are plenty of celebrities who brothers or sisters
Yes.
have been victimized by this same
And
thing.
they probably did.
But I mean, we have to be able to speak up for ourselves. There's always going to be sellouts. There's always going to be people who are going to be muffled by whatever, for whatever reason. So what? So what? Why even spend time even talking and thinking about these people? Think about the solutions. What do we want change? What do we want? Period.
Well,
And
here's
focus
my
on
thing. Since it's, you feel like how you feel, not enough people, in my opinion, stand up for black people. There's too many black celebrities out here that are not saying enough.
So what?
You're right.
Yeah.
So what? You're right.
But
But with majority rules being black in the entertainment business, one person, Copernic, I don't even know his name.
I was going to bring that up.
But he
Kaepernick.
should, I don't even know his name. Beyonce should be the one on her knees. Somebody else should.
Well, you know what
I'm
though,
just
my
saying,
thing is,
I'm not like that.
my thing is,
You thinking like I'm
my thing is, you have to think back about the Sidney Poitiers and the Ruby Dee and Ozzie Davis, Harry Belafonte's who were at the forefront.
See,
And
they were activists.
Right, exactly.
They gave their lives. You know what I'm saying? They dedicated their lives to
But
activism.
these
Right,
people are
exactly.
not willing to give their lives up
they're
for
not-
But
Who
No.
is?
Right.
Who is like for real?
They're
like
not willing to give up their livelihood.
And,
It's
for-
different.
and that's so sad.
cause.
But this is the thing, like my heroes sacrificed their lives for what
Right.
they believed in, for an idea,
Right.
for a simple idea that they probably never thought would happen in their lifetime.
Right.
And we can't sacrifice our paycheck
Right.
for an idea, for something
Right.
physical to take place.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying us as
Right.
individuals,
Right.
people going
It's
to their
right.
9 to 5.
Right.
Like you can't like not go to work
Right. For a day.
for a day because
Right.
of a cause that you believe in.
Right.
And people
Let
sacrificed
me-
their lives, got killed.
Let me
Right.
interject.
Right.
Now I'm always playing devil's advocate
Yeah.
because it is my job here to antagonize the situation and get your gut reaction.
Is that your
Um,
really your job?
Silence.
Is it?
But you're right. First of all, I will not be watching NFL on the day of NFL.
I won't.
Wait,
I
wait,
won't
wait,
watch
wait,
it
wait,
ever
wait.
again.
No, wait. Because if I do watch a game, I can watch it 2 days after the fact. Reason I say 2 days after the fact is because if you're truly wanting to sit out of the sit out of the NFL series and impact them so that they realize that black people are not watching television, you have to wait 48 hours before watching a recorded version of the same show because it still counts as viewership. Maybe you didn't know that. So if you still want to watch a game, just watch it 2 days later. If you want to watch Sunday's game, watch it on Wednesday with your
You
boys.
really think people
No,
gonna watch it?
I think that that's a concession. That's a concession so that if we want to do this, if we wanted to boycott the
You think people
NFL,
are not going to this Mercedes-Benz stadium?
no, those expensive. Those are
Yeah,
expensive.
they only sell the season tickets.
Right.
This season,
But seriously,
this
seriously,
season.
that's just one way of doing it. When we
I'm
talk
just
about
saying.
wanting to have
I'm
a
just
solution,
saying.
when we talk about wanting to have
You
a
guys are
solution,
men.
I understand. But when we talk about wanting to have a solution, let's offer one.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
Right.
when we come to the table and say we need to have, and no one has,
Right.
then we leave the table still saying we need to
Right.
have.
Right.
So I'm just offering a solution.
Right.
If we're going to boycott something like football,
Right.
okay, then let's have a plan in action where we
Right.
say, look, we're going to watch Sunday game at such and such house or such and such business, and we're all going to gather there together and watch the game.
Right.
No,
Don't
you
nobody-
can't be an
Later.
advocate for anything. If you're gonna give it up, give it up.
I'm trying
That's
to make
all
a
or nothing.
concession.
No, there's a concession.
No. What
It's
I'm
all or
saying,
nothing.
what I'm saying is this.
Let it go.
What I'm
Cause y'all. Okay.
But my
What-
thing is just like the athletes who sit down doing the
Right, they sitting
the,
down, but again, they're
the
protecting
Pledge of
their paychecks.
Allegiance. No, they sit down doing the Pledge of Allegiance, or
Now-
they throw their fist up, or they bend a knee, and they have so many issues with them just sitting down, not peaceful protests. For some reason, America fears when African Americans and or people have those peaceful. It's something about a peaceful
It's
protest.
Yeah, I'm quietly
And,
minding my
We're the
but
only
business.
ones
it's
that have
different. But it's different when they have these riots and they running people over. Nothing
And
is
they were
said.
fine
But
with
if
that.
somebody
Running them
protests
over.
by bending a knee,
They're like, wait a minute, was
or
that the
they
sheriff
they
who
have an
ran them people
issue.
over?
They have an issue
Leave
with
them
with these athletes and these actors and these individuals who
Sit down.
silently and peacefully
No.
protest without saying a
Decline.
word.
They have a problem
know.
with the hue of your skin.
That's
That
what it is.
When you have a peaceful protest, it means that you are at peace with yourself. It means that you are thinking. It means that you are planning. And I have to corrupt your plans. I have to distract you. Just like during the civil rights movement, they introduced the idea of women's liberation. The reason for doing that was to separate black people, because if black women went over here and for the women's liberations fight, it left black men alone and targeted. And that out of that whole movement came things like social reform, where welfare came in and separated the family again, where school aid came in and separated the family again, where child support took favor over having a man in the household. So out of that movement of black movement or black pacifism came all of these other things to keep the black family apart, because they realized that our nucleus is the strongest thing in the world. So if we were to pull together as a family, if black women were to support black men and black men were to support black women and say, you know what, through hell or high water, I'm stuck with you. And and understand that your marriage vows are sacred, and understand that, no, seriously, if we were to pull together as a
and
family.
not even to go deeper into look into other people, look into yourself.
And that's the bottom line.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
hidden.
Look into yourself and
I think it's
realize
hidden.
you want to do better things, and the things that to give up your life for somebody else or for your family, to give up the things that you want to do for your family. I mean, that's
Well,
deep.
I mean, that was revolutionary. We had a time period when we were doing for ourselves, where we had our own cities, we had our own
towns, banks,
infrastructures.
hospitals.
You know, we had Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had
Tulsa.
Rosewood.
It
We
was
had
Peachtree
a
Street
lot
used to
of-
be a good.
That was Auburn Avenue.
Auburn
That
Avenue.
was Auburn Avenue. So
we
we
still
had
have the market.
Yeah.
We had it all.
So I mean, we really did, and that was an act of revolution right there, because economically we had control of our own communities, and so since we're talking about solutions, you know, there is a solution. Now everybody's not going to start a business, you know, we know that, but those businesses that are out there, we support those businesses. You know, we might have an issue with the type of media that's being put out there about us, but we have
to create it.
We have all the talent. You know, we have writers,
Well,
we have directors.
we have
producers, we have
African American newspapers, and they just had the National Black Journalists Convention in New Orleans. Shout out to Myra. Hey, I was watching you on Facebook,
I'm glad to
homeboy.
be there myself.
But my thing is, you know, if you have the bottom line is if you have a large audience and you have an opportunity to speak as someone of African descent, my personal opinion is I am the voice for the voiceless. I am supposed to speak for the disenfranchised. I am a descendant of people who were once viewed as property and who didn't have a voice. And we are at a place where I am able to speak and to do things and to make things better. And it is my moral obligation to, you know, step up and make sure that I'm doing all that I can, you know, for my community. And is that my time? I'm not sure. But I do want to say this.
We loving this.
I do want to say this final thought though. I am not pacifist. I can never be a peaceful person. I could never have been that person to go into the school and to be that. That's I wasn't raised that way. So they can bring some Charlottesville around me, and there's gonna be consequences and repercussions because I am not. It is my right I'm an American. Forget African American. I am an American. I was born, and we're the only country that defined like that. I'm American.
I know.
I was born here. You know, and it's I have rights, and I know my rights, and I'm educated that way. So I will say this: I am not a peaceful protester, and I never will be. And I do, and my pastor will tell you, you have the right to have righteous indignation. If you are correct and you are right, it's your duty to speak up. Because he spoke out about that.
And you're right.
Okay.
And I think, is that my time?
No, when he is on the throne.
Not only is that your time, but that is our time.
So that is the leaves of knowledge falling down.
Oh, okay.
No, because he's on the throne, and I ain't got no problem with how she's feeling. Because the thing is, what she's saying is, regardless of how she's saying it, she's ready to give up everything she got going on for the movement. She just said she's ready to go to jail.
She's more than a brand.
She's ready. A lot of men out, a lot of people. I just said a lot of men. I stopped. A lot of people. America. A lot of people are not ready.
Women need to support the black.
No, a lot of men. I didn't say black men, but a lot of men, a lot of people, a lot of kids, a lot of ignorant folks are not ready to give up their life for something else. And just hate to go here because I have to go here, but the Bible says to give up your life for Christ is to gain life. Not even if you're not giving up for Christ, to give it up for anything, you're gaining something. Because these white people, these whatever they are, these Nazis, they giving it up. They don't mind knowing I'm going down as this person, blowing up the whole world. They don't mind that. So which black person is ready not to blow up the world? But where's the next Tupac? Where's and they hate to go there, but where's the next Huey? Where's the next Martin? Malcolm?
It's all in us. It's all in us. I mean, you know, we can't. One thing that I'm pretty adamant about is relying on other people to speak for me. You know, we look for these heroes. We look for these people. You know, the next Martin Luther King, the next Malcolm X, the next Tupac, and you know what I mean. There are a lot of brothers and sisters out here who are just as conscious, if we want to use that word, conscious, as these people that we've just mentioned. You know. And that are doing things on a local level, doing things in their own home. Like, we're doing things to raise our children in a certain type of way. That's revolutionary right there. And so we can't discount those things. We don't need another leader. We need to lead our own selves. We need to make sound decisions that are going to progress us forward and put our children in a place where they don't have to be in the same place where we at right now. You know, and in order for us to do that, we have to be thinking ahead into the future. We have to stop beating this drum and telling this story. You know, of course, there's value in our story. I'm not saying anything about that, but we don't even know the real story a lot of times. We beat the drum. We beat the drum that a rhythm that somebody else has given us. Like, we didn't all come over here on slave ships. We did not. A lot of us were already here, but that's a whole nother thing. My point is, we have to think, what do we want the world, our children's world, our children's world to look like when they get here, when they're our age? What do we want that to look like? And that's what we need to start working towards. So that's a solution. So if what you're doing right now is not something that's progressing us forward, that's something that's building something for your generations after you, then you're doing the wrong thing. Right. You need to change your priorities. And that's just bottom line. So if watching the NFL is that important to you, to where you'll watch a football game and you'll support these people who are silently oppressing us and you and your kids, you know, then you're doing the wrong thing.
You're weak.
And if you can't give that up, then, you know, and not to judge anybody, but just, it is what it is.
You support what you support.
You have to change up your
You support what you
support. So, I mean, if you still shopping at Walmart.
That's
just like you said about Walmart when we first met.
That's why I said
Chick-fil-A.
That's why I
said you support what you support.
Right, but that's why I said, you know, offer a compromise. Because I know everybody, just like you said, only 10% people of the population, of the black population, participated in the actual Civil War.
We got college football. We can
civil
watch.
rights. Right, we got other things we can do. I mean, we can spend that same time on Sunday with our families. We can do something other than watch football on TV on that day.
I don't know.
Wait 2 days later.
Vernacular when it comes to sports. Because I know it's there. Because it's not just the NFL. It's not just the NBA. No. But like he just said, you can produce the things in your kids.
Right. You can do. You can create what you want.
You're gonna have to create.
You create the life you want.
I mean, even if you do watch the game,
but before
even if you do watch the game, you ain't wrong for that.
I had written down earlier when you were talking, racism is being replaced by classism, and then I just said, in answer to your question, blinded by economics. So basically, the people that aren't responding right now, they're blinded by their own pocketbooks because they don't want to respond. They're not going to sacrifice their livelihood, not their life, like Joy said. They don't want to sacrifice their lives.
They ain't dying.
No, but if you look at what you said, right? If you replace that with livelihood, you know, those who are willing to sacrifice their livelihood
to be broke,
right. And they're not willing to do that.
You don't have to be broke. You don't have
they're looking at the fact.
But
seriously, they're looking at the fact that. But what makes it easier now? What makes it different from the 1960s to me is in the 1960s when we had all those people who were coming up and trying to get us out of oppression together. That's because we were all basically in the same financial pocket. So we were all looking at economics through the same lens. We were all capped off at the same place. Now, in today's world, you have the well-to-do, the college-educated, the integrated, the thousandaires, and the millionaires. So now, because we're now disenfranchised, we're not one body anymore. It's harder to call upon somebody who's a couple zeros ahead of you, 3 or 4 zeros ahead of you, and ask them to speak for you when they never have walked in your shoes, when they have no idea what you're going through, because in their livelihood, I haven't experienced that since the 80s. You know, think about it. You ask, what's his name from the big record producer? I can't even think of his name. Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons, 50 Cent, any one of them.
Not 50. You can't get rich to the 2000s.
Right, but still, even in the 2000s, that's 10 years ago.
Well, even with Lil Wayne, how he tried to say, "I don't identify."
Right, Lil Wayne. Right, as soon as
you've
he
been rich
got
since 16,
right,
and you think you don't identify with Black Lives don't matter.
But
from
he doesn't.
New Orleans.
They're different.
Jermaine Dupri. Look,
they're from New Orleans.
It don't matter.
They no
it doesn't
longer,
matter.
You don't identify today.
Just like Jay-Z said that he's
no
a business.
identify.
He's no longer that project dude.
Okay.
They're not thinking the same way.
Right.
If you're they're over here.
Right.
They're like the 1%. They probably don't even know how much milk costs or anything. You have to understand they're in a different class now.
I understand the class thing. I live in Gwinnett. I don't live in Latonia. I'm not over there. I don't know what's going on over there.
Right.
But all
So
I do know,
identify.
I don't identify with the kids and the schools they go to, whatever they go through. But trust and believe, I see it. Trust and believe, when I go over there to my aunt's house, I'm not ignored to the fact that the schools over here are a little bit better than the schools over there. The schools over here got to go into one district. The schools over there can pick the district they can go to because the schools aren't that quote unquote good.
Right.
That's not a classism
But it's different
thing.
though.
It's a
when you've
class-
been,
no, it
when
is a
you have
classism.
been,
It's
when
classism.
you've been
It's
out,
straight up classism.
when you have been so far removed
Right.
for this,
And that's why I
Lil
say we
Wayne
don't
has
have-
been
we
so
don't have
far
leaders anymore.
removed from being from that lifestyle. He was a little boy when he started.
Really?
He's
Yeah, he
young
was,
too.
he was
16.
right. He was. That's a child. He was
He
a little
was,
boy, but he's. I don't know how
He's
old
never
he
had
is.
to live
Right,
as
he
a
hasn't
man.
had to
But
live
your
that.
raps,
Right,
but
as
your
an
lyrics
adult.
go back there.
Right, but they.
Well, see, but
they
he's
used
a
to.
product.
Those
He's
lyrics
a
are-
product.
Right.
Oh,
And here's the other
Right.
thing about it. I just
Come
want
on
to throw
now.
this. I just want to throw this out there. We need to change our way of thinking anyway.
Right.
So because we're talking about who can relate to this hood shit, you know what I'm saying? Like who wants to relate to that?
Right.
Like hood people don't want to relate
No.
to hood shit. And
Right.
what I'm saying is we have to change the way we thinking. Period across
Right.
the board. Like that's
Stop waiting for a savior.
Right. We don't have to wait on somebody to speak for us to say, okay, let me think different. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z didn't have to put out 444 in order for
Right.
folks to be like, let me start investing.
Right.
Like that
Right.
option
We should have
hasn't
been thinking
been
that.
out there. We have
He was
been.
already investing.
I'm saying, but it has been out there. And so all I'm saying is it's time for us to change the way we're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Stop being satisfied and stop expecting for people to relate to you.
Right.
Stop like putting that
Right.
even out. Like who cares what these people think?
Right.
What do you think? What do you want?
Right.
What life do you want for real? And stop playing these games. See, this is the thing that gets me upset. Because we playing games with this. Like, stop playing games. You know what I'm saying? Like, just
For
decide.
lack of a better word.
Decide what it is that you want. Like, I don't want my schools to suck. I don't want my kids going to a raggedy ass school with some subpar ass education. That's not what I want.
But
I
that's
want
the
better.
reality.
No, it doesn't have to be. And that's the thing. People are settling because they're saying, well,
I'm not
that's just how it
settling.
is over here. But if I move to Gwinnett or if I move whatever,
Well, you
I'm
have
not
to.
calling you out. But no. What I'm saying is you don't. There's options. We can make a decision to change the environment that we're in if we change our thinking. And we have that's all I'm saying. We
I'm
don't
not
have to be
saying,
satisfied.
but all I'm saying is it's a group of people out there.
Well, you know, I done let them. Our leaves of knowledge fell all over the
my
place,
bad, my
honey.
bad.
All over.
So, stay woke.
We need a leaf blower.
Say that,
One
Chef.
thing you should
Did
have
you
said
know
that I
Chef
wanted
is
to
on
say that I was
here?
about to say.
Oh, Chef.
Y'all niggas need to quit
What
being
up,
classy.
homie? Yo!
My God.
Are we over? We still got time.
We still on.
Oh my God, because African Americans got to quit being flossy to do what you want to do.
TV makes some money to sponsor. That's what you boycott, not an actual show or game. We gotta do everything though. Like I mean, it's fine to boycott the sponsorships. That's fine too. but the NFL is also involved. So what I'm saying is, like, why would you want to support a program, right, that will blackball someone who's standing up for something that you believe in, what you believe in? So, I mean, the NFL, all they have to do is say, yeah, you know, you can play for whatever team you want to play for, you know, or just re-sign them. But they haven't done that. Not only have they not done that, but they have not spoke out in support of him either. So,
Alrighty.
so that's all I'm saying. Sponsorships are fine.
I mean,
you gotta do the whole
sponsorship
thing.
is sponsorship, but he was at work, and they told him to stop. So I'm not saying he got to stop, but he showed his whatever. Listen, I agree. I don't watch NFL. I can care less. So I do believe he should support what he should support. But I got a job. If they told me to quit going to work and doing something crazy, I'm going to quit.
All right, everybody. I just want to thank you once again for joining us this week on Uncle Sean and the Conscious Party. We have had a ball this week, just sitting here arguing with each other. You know, it was a moment since we did this because we had a couple guests for the last 3 weeks, and it has been fun doing this show, hosting everybody, and waking up with new minds every day. So I'm going to invite you all out to the Rundown. And the Rundown is actually an opportunity for you to come out and meet the entire cast, not only of the Conscious Party, but of every show on IBNX Radio. So by doing that, you get to actually meet everybody on every show, and this same conversation is going to continue on that, not only on the airwaves, but on YouTube, and we're going to broadcast live from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. So that's 12 hours that you get to come out right here to IBNX Radio on Holcomb Bridge Road in Norcross. Meet the shows that you've heard so much about. Meet the hosts that you've listened to over the last few months, and just enjoy the day. Before that, we're kicking off the week with the Thursday night industry party at Coaxum Seafood Spot, right down the street at 6331. Y'all hear it? Y'all can. She thinks she's whispering, but she's on the mic saying, "Tell the address." This is so real. Nowhere else in the world they can hear you. Say the address. This is all.
6331 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Atlanta, Georgia 30360. Yeah.
Spell that for me.
6331 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Atlanta, Georgia 30361. 60. My apologies. And I will see you all on Thursday, but y'all know she gonna be late because she got choir rehearsal.
She got the sign, y'all.
Y'all come see this taco meeting.
You know what? I'm done with the taco meeting.
If you say
but look, we had a ball last time. So if you come out this Thursday, I promise I will not sing. I'm not doing any rapping. But
Please don't.
You're lying.
you know, Dap couldn't
All
hang.
gonna sing.
Okay.
You
Oh
can
Lord,
sing.
Joy, don't sing.
I'm performing live. Live, America. I'm performing.
Suck Khan. But anyway, we had a ball, everybody, and hopefully Mr. Coaxon will be giving out those drinks.
Nope.
Oh.
I told you I'm done with it. Oh, he's on my list.
I'm following him around. What are you talking
I will
about?
be taking one shot.
One shot. But anyway, that's going to be a great night. So come with us on Thursday night to Coaxum's Seafood Spot, 6331 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard. Tickets are still online. If you go to Eventbrite and type in Conscious Party. If you want to go to YouTube and see the entire show and all of the antics behind the scenes, just go to YouTube and type in IBNX Radio, and you will find us there, as well as the other shows that you can come out and watch on the Rundown this weekend. So, again, just very quickly, join us on social media at Joy Leah on whatever. She on everything as Joy Leah.
Oh, whatever.
Daps World.
That's it. That's all
Art.
they gave us. So I don't know what you're searching.
And I'm going to say my own.
Oh my
this
God.
is Autumn Monroe. And on Facebook
MISSAUT.
and on Instagram, it's Miss Autumn Monroe. And that's MISSAUT and MONROE. And then on it's also that on YouTube. And Twitter is just Autumn Monroe. And a shout out to the Dawn Patrol. Hey, John. Hey, Niecy. Hey, everybody from Hopewell, back in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
All my friends all over the place. Amy, April, Britt Bread. Y'all know y'all Dawn Patrol. I don't know who
What you
it
got
is,
over
but love
there?
y'all.
What you
And
got?
thank you for listening to us. It means a lot to us.
It means a lot. Thank you so
Stay
much.
woke.
What you got, Joy?
I just wanted to say, shouts out
Hey,
to
Mama.
everybody that listens. My father,
Tell your mama I said hi.
my mommy, my kids. I love you. I
Wait
wanted
a
to
minute.
also give a little shout out to ATL Defensive Drivers Class.
What's up,
Text
Badru?
me, Badru in the Defensive Drivers Class.
What's up,
saying
Badru?
hello. They wanted to let the world know if you got DUI problems.
If you don't hit the curb too hard,
and
That would be
everybody,
$5.
that we're gonna
That would be
need
$5.
some ad
everybody
spaces.
else in the world. I just wanted to say
Should we be
hi.
going now? Aaron's sitting there like this. Yo, it's what?
We got a minute.
I know, right?
Well then, since you got a minute, then I guess I'll.
That's wrong.
That.
Alright, this is Dap. Y'all all gave shout outs, so I give a shout out too. So I want to shout out my family.
Hi, Misty.
Keep your heads up. Oh, and
Hi,
of course,
Mama.
my beautiful, lovely wife, Misty, out there. I love you, baby. And my son, Khalil, who should be in bed right now. Better be in bed.
You know he listening.
Better not be listening. So, who just got straight A's.
When he get home, he gonna be like, I wasn't listening, Daddy.
You better be in the bed too.
But look, just to say goodnight, I want to send a shout out to my sister who's in the hospital as well. If I don't hear from you tomorrow, I'm coming home. But anyway, and I know she's listening, so you better ring my phone tonight. Anyway, everybody, I just want to thank you for taking this opportunity to join us. And again, you have all of our social media. You have an opportunity to look at us on YouTube and join us again next week. But until that time, stay woke.
Stay well. Baby.
Stay woke.
Came at the bomb off the chain. My father's like,
We took that right up to the minute.
yes, my father said, you guys are crazy.
Good night.
That's
Thank
probably
you
'cause
for
he's watching.
watching. Hey, Janelle, thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody. What's up, Chef?
Y'all,
I appreciate all of y'all for
drunkards.
watching. Thank you
I
so
wanna
much.
get you to take to
Make
this
sure you
because I
tune
know they
in
coming
on
back.
next
I'll take it all and put
Because that's the closest thing to my shop.
Monday. Because you get to see the outtakes of
Oh
what
my
we do
God.
during the
This
break.
thing ain't buzzing.
So I will see you later. Bye.
You don't want to take